Mohit and welcome back to Engineers Tech Hub channel. So in this video we are going to start from core Java series from basics to advanced. If you are a manual tester, if you are from non-tech guy, if you want to switch manual to automation, or if you want to switch in your IT sector, or if you want to learn the core Java, we are going to start from very basics. Anyone can understand. Please follow my series also. So today just I will start how to execute your Java code. So not only Java code or any Java application, how internally we are executing. So this is the agenda of today. So let's see how we will execute basics Java code and how to start the Java code. Installation part I will tell you in our practical session. So just I am going to start how to start your any Java code and how to execute that. Okay, so first of all, if you want to execute your Java, you have to install JDK software. Okay, this is our JDK software. Okay, inside this JDK we have a 3 inbuilt software, that is compiler, and we have a JRE, or we have a JVM. Okay, for installation part I will show you in the practical. So just today my agenda is to how to execute. Okay, so first of all you have to install the JDK software. How to install the JDK software we will tell you in the coming session. Okay, then we can see what is the use of a compiler, a JRE and JVM. Okay, so what happen in your system if you are writing any Java code, right? So first of all we have to create one workspace. Okay, workspace is nothing but it is a folder. Okay, this is your workspace. Okay, this is nothing but this is a folder. You can create in C drive or any drive in your system. Okay, D drive, any drive you can create inside this folder. Okay, so this is my workspace. Inside this folder I am going to save any Java file. Okay, how to save we can tell you in the practical, but today my agenda is how to execute your Java code. So here inside this folder we are going to I'm going to save a file. My file name is Amazon. Okay, amazon.java. this is my file name. Got it, right? So this file I have saved inside this folder. Okay, so if you want to start your any Java code, so it will start your extension .java file. Okay, how to save this and how to start, so how the Java will work. Okay, so we can see here. So this is your, we have a Amazon. Okay, amazon.java. Okay, then here you have to compile your code. Okay, then compiler will generate amazon dot class file. Okay, then we will interact with JVM. Okay, this is our JVM. Okay, Java virtual machine, and we can see the what is the use of this. Then after that you will get the output. Okay, you will get output. Okay, so whatever you want to print. So simply I'm just going to write one simple Java code. So this is my Java code. So let me I'm going to erase this part. Okay, so I'm just writing one simple Java code. Class, so any Java we can start Java programming from class keyword. Okay, I will explain you. Class, okay, Amazon. Okay, this is your class Amazon, and this is your opening and this is your closing bracket. So this field is called your class field. Okay, so what is the use of this class keyword? So we having the around 42 or something, we have a reserve literals, reserve keyword. So inside this, like, we have a 48 keyword. Inside this 48 keyword, we having the one class level keyword that is called class keyword. Okay, so why we use this class keyword? Okay, so you can see this board is also the physical object, right? This Amazon is also the physical object. Understood, right? So this Amazon is, before it was the physical business, but this business we have automated, right? How to automate? Then we have to write your code for do the automation. Got it, right? For automation we have to require programming. So this is the object, right? This is like the be having the whiteboard, right? Okay, any real world object, like be having the pen is also object. E-commerce, right? E-commerce, banking, all are the object only. Got it, right? So this physical object, how to represent into the programming world? Then we use this class keyword. So this class keyword will define the types of the physical object, right? So we have a class. So if you are writing int a equal to 10, so integer is defining this. Int 10 is your integer type, right? If you are writing a string, I'm not writing a string, just I'm writing char c1 equal to a. So this is your character type, right? So when you are defining this Amazon, so Amazon is your physical object, and this will define the type of this physical object. So this is your, this will represent the Amazon type. So a Amazon a. Understood, right? So this will define the type. If you are going to create class, so if you are creating the class a student, okay, if you are defining the class employee, EMP, right? So it will define your types of this physical object. You know, that's why we use this class keyword. So when you are writing this class keyword, this is your class block. If you will write here system.out.sopln, so I will execute this code in practical also, not writing the completely. This is your system.out.println, and if I will write hi, so the first what you have to do, you have to compile this code. When you will compile here, you will get compile time error. So in the class block, if you will write system.out.println, you will get compile time error, because in the class block we cannot write the logic directly. Okay, we can write the logic inside this method block, inside this block like static and non-static block, or you can write the logic inside this constructor. Okay, so in this class block we cannot write logic directly. Okay, so I'm just going to create one method. So if you don't know what is the method and all, later we can discuss. Static, okay, a static void m1, or I'm just writing login page. Okay, so this is the user defined method. If you will write system.out.println, if you will write hi, if you will compile this code, then what will happen? We are able to compile, means the compiler is able to compile this code. Compiler will check the syntax of the code, and if it will successfully compile, it will create a .class file. .class file is nothing but this is your machine code, this is your byte code. JVM only understand this, you know, class .class file. Okay, so this is the one conclusion. But if you will execute your code, you will get runtime error. So the JVM will ask you, please define main method. Okay, got it, right? So JVM will ask you to please define the main method, again be having the question why we require this main method. This all the things I will show in the practical in the next session on my system, so no, don't worry. So just go, we are explaining the theory here. So here just I am going to explain you main method. Okay, so public static void, or we have a main and we have a string args. Okay, so here if we will write sopln hi, okay, when you will compile this code, right, so what happened, the JVM will check where is your main method, the compiler will come inside this main method and it will get the output hi. Okay, but the question is why we required main method, that is the question. Okay, so here what will happen, we are the users. Okay, we are the users or you are the developer. So we are the developer, right, you are a developer and you are writing the code in any editor. Okay, so you are writing the code. So and this is your JVM, understood, right? So when you have written the code, and then how to interact between the JVM and users. So inside this JVM, because if you will, JVM doesn't know what the code you are writing, JVM doesn't know what the method you are writing or what you are writing. So JVM developer have developed one common logic inside this inside this JVM main method. So main method automatically call when user will execute your code. So what will happen, the users and JVM, we have a interface between the JVM and users, got it, right? So when you will execute your code, automatically main method will call by the JVM. So in this case what will happen, when you will execute your code, the control will come inside this main method and method will execute from top to bottom, right? So this method won't be executed, this is your user defined method. We will discuss in the coming session, and we can also explore what is the use of main method, how to implement. So this is your public, this is your optional accessibility modifier, this is your static, this is also optional non accessibility modifier, this is your return type, this is mandatory, this is your return type, this is mandatory, and this is your optional, this parameter is your optional string, and that is called command line argument. So we can discuss in the coming session, and today my agenda is to how to execute the Java code, and we can see the next session on the practical, how to execute, how to install the JDK, and how to configure the any editor. Okay, so that's all guys in this video. I'll see you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please share and subscribe and press bell icon to get new video notification. Thank you.